Hello, 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 and welcome back uh, to some more Rune Factory 5. You think by one of these episodes I'd understand what the name of this game is? And I wouldn't have to tr try to look it up or anything. But no, not yet. So as it stands, we're still going to keep fighting little dragons till we get 6 more of the scales that we need. So it goes. Bonk. So yeah, just had my birthday. The weekend leading up to it was nice and all. The day of was pretty boring and mundane. I did a bit of Dark Cloud recording, and that was about it. And then I played a couple of games of Commander, and I don't think I won any of them. I came very close on one of the games. But no, didn't win any games there. Didn't do anything special on the day of because, like I've said, everyone I know is busy throughout the week. So, oh well. Hung out with Cinnamon a bit. Got some cat snuggles going on there. And now it's just back to normal for me. Yeah, I wake up to my alarm and I go, I could sleep in a little bit more. I sleep in until like noon. As I very often do these days. So, yeah. Just went, slept in late, got up, did my stuff, and now I'm here to do some recording. Recording some nice Rune Factory to upload for midnight. I think I should change it to be one episode ahead on Rune Factory. Just so I can... Hello, Cinnamon. Just so I can, be prepared, but I've tried to do that before and it never worked out for me, so like whatever. And I think I'm going to be doing some Evergate. I mean, I have to record Evergate today because it's going up tomorrow. But I think I'm going to just... I think I'm going to just go and try to beat Evergate today. That's what I should go and do. Beat Evergate, and then if I have time, go through Dome Keeper. Which I guess doesn't necessarily have a proper ending, but I feel like once I've unlocked everything and beaten the game on the largest map on the highest difficulty setting, that should be considered enough. So yeah, just more Dome Keeper. Yeah, playing on more small maps on normal difficulty until I can get everything done. That is really a game that lends itself to playing it over and over again. Yeah, I'm not bored of Dome Keeper yet. I just have a lot of other stuff to also do on a regular basis. But like I always say, if I record 2 or 3 episodes a day, I'm good. And also, I can go back to Dark Cloud. Recorded 2 episodes yesterday. Those are coming up in the coming days. Hello, Cinnamon. You are an absolute delight.
Wonderful.
I'll do my best.
Hopefully this doesn't remove the one crystal that I already have. I should have saved right after getting it. Hi, kitty. Yeah. No, yeah, it's okay. You can just lie down. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's okay. You can just lie down. It's alright. Yes, Cinnamon, I love you.
All together now. Phew.
Nope, yep, still have 2 crystals. Still just need 6 more. Everything is perfect. So, what are my weekly videos? Okay. So, Sundays, I have...
Wonderful.
Sundays, I have the D&D game. Mondays, I have... Hands-on Legacy of Gravehold. I actually still need to edit a few more of those videos, that's right. Didn't want to do it yesterday because birthday and all that, but eventually, someday, I should go and edit those all together. Probably not today, but eventually, before I run out of episodes there. Tuesdays, I have Pokemon stuff that I think I only have like a few more episodes left before that series ends. Unfortunately, and I doubt Zero would want to continue on with this series, pick up where we left off. So I'm gonna have to find something else to go there. Maybe I can do some Hunter X for that. Just swap Hunter X over to Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Evergate. Still have that going up. I want to go and finish that. I want to go and beat Evergate and just be done with it. I'm close as well. There's only like a few more episodes to go of that too. But I just want to have that be finished. Thursdays is Dome Keeper. I'm sure that there's a lot more episodes that I can do there. It seems like that there's a lot to get. And from time to time, I'm sure more stuff will be unlocked. So that'll probably wind up being a reoccurring Friday series, honestly. Yeah, finish up all the content that's already out. And then, like, whenever the game updates, I can just go and, oh, hey, look, boom, 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 get more stuff. And, yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday,
Wonderful.
and then Friday, I'm currently using it for Hunter X, which is a fun game. Classic Metroidvania feel, at least, I say classic Metroidvania, it's probably not classic Metroidvania, but it's the type of Metroidvania I like. You get all these jump abilities, and you feel so floaty and stuff, and it's just boom, 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 boom. Lots of air-based combat and combos and stuff. Very fun. Can you still hear me well? I'm talking through a cat.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
And then there's Saturday, which is, you know, just whatever new stuff that I happen to play. Which is sometimes a struggle, because I often, I try to use Fridays for, the videos that, the games that aren't long enough to have 2 episodes for them, or I just, one off and there. So, I would love to have just a group of friends just to play video games with, and just goes like, hey, let's play this game. It's like, yep, that was fun. Okay, let's go play this game. And heck, sometimes I do, like, multiple games at once. Like I did, Level Up, and then the game crashed halfway through. Which means that the prophet was wrong. It didn't end in me finishing the game or in rage quitting. The game just crashed. That amazing Lemons game that I played with Azura, and we had... I had a fair bit of fun with it. I think she did as well. I had fun while playing Amazing Lemons. It was a rather enjoyable game. It was nice. Those lemons and all that.
Wonderful.
And then, of course, the, cinnamon? Yeah, that's my nose. Yeah, that's what a nose smells like, yep. Yeah, trying to find, new, just small little tiny game. I wish I could arrange my Steam library by, like, game size. So I could find all of the games that are, like, just a couple of megabytes in size, and just start playing those and hope that those are small and short games to play. Like, Thomas Was Alone. Haven't played that one on my Steam list yet, but it's a small game. In, like, file size, so hopefully that might only take me an hour, and then I'll be able to just upload that for a Saturday, and if it's less than an hour, put that in the folder to be squashed together with some other episodes. Yeah, my record so far is 3 different games to combine into one episode.
Yeah.
yeah, just have that be just everything right there. Just keep focusing on recording because that's basically all I have, especially since I did treat myself yesterday to things. After I opened up my box of Infinity, I found that there were a number of attractions and sticker sheets that I still didn't have. Because there are 48 sticker sheets, and in a box you can only get like 36. And I had like 3 repeats, so I was like 15 off. Yeah, I had 33 different sticker sheets out of 48, so that's 15 off. And I was missing a couple of attractions, like maybe 2, maybe 3 of the non-Acorn attractions specifically. So I went and ordered all of those to make sure I could get all of the attractions and all of the sticker sheets. So whenever I play a deck that uses stickers or attractions, I could always just, make a quick deck of things right there. What I need, though, are more perfect fits. I think I've actually run out now. Because I used to get them I used to buy them once a year at around Christmas time. I'd buy a bundle of like 10 packs of 100 perfect fits for like $30 or so on Amazon. Because that was by far the cheapest place to get them. But then I kind of stopped building decks every... Yeah, that wasn't enough when I was building a new commander deck every month. So I bought, like, last pack I bought was, like, 2 years ago or something. Like, a couple of years ago, not actually last Christmas, but I think Christmas before then, around there. Somewhere around 2 years ago, I think. And now I'm pretty sure I'm actually out, unless I find another bundle of perfect fits I have squirreled away somewhere. Again, because those things just tend to show up in places. So, might have to go and buy another bundle at some point, so... Yeah, unfortunately, the place where I was buying cards from, I couldn't also find, couldn't also get perfect fits there. I checked. I didn't check very hard, but... If you just buy singles, it's like a different shipping thing. If you buy any, like, anything other than just single cards...
Wonderful.
Shipping is all different and stuff, and... bleh. Yes, not a lot for the Planeswalker deck. Ordered some more Planeswalkers for that recently. Ordered quite a few nice cards. The Warhammer Magic set came out recently, so... And a lot of cards that were printed... A lot of cards that were reprinted in that set have now dropped in price, like, astronomically. Like, Cage Sun, I think, used to be like a $20 card, and now it's like $2. So I bought, like, a couple of those, because... Like, every monocolored deck is going to want a Cage Sun. Even some two-color decks, if they're heavy on one color and light on the other, they're going to want a Cage Sun. So yeah, I bought a couple. So that's just... Yeah, shout out a couple of bucks for a Resurrection Orb card, because, hey, that sounds cool. Yeah, I'd still... Gosh. Yeah. I still love there to be like an alternate form of playing Magic where lands aren't actually required. And if I ever do get to the point where I have my own, Commander, whatever, like, Let's Play Commander series, I'd love that to just be a thing. Where lands are no longer required. You can still play lands for utilities, for like utility effects, I suppose. But just the idea of, so instead of being able to play a land for turn, you can like remove one of the cards in your hand and play that as a land. And that card, it loses all of its card types and colors and everything out about it. But whatever its colors are, it can tap for those colors. That's it. So if you exile some mono red card, or you, well, not exile, whatever. So if you play like a mono red card as a land, it's effectively just a mountain. And like that's it. So, yeah. still can only play one per turn unless you have things that say you can play multiple lands. And it's just in there. It's like, it's not actually a creature, a planeswalker, or instant, or sorcery, or enchant. It's not what it actually was. It's just a land that taps for that color. And if the card itself is colorless, then the land that it enters as can tap for colorless. And that's it. That way, instead of only being able to place a commander deck that's really only like 60 cards with 40 lands, you can play a deck that's actually 100 cards. Where, say, sometimes you have an opening hand and you have like an 8-drop in that hand, you know, well, I don't think I'm going to be playing this, so you just, boom, it's a land now. And it also encourages multicolored multicolored cards. Because, just imagine, like, yeah, I have this Progenitus in my hand. Boom. Play it as a command tower.
Nice.
Hey. That took a few hours. Let's save. And, yeah, so, yeah. And that's just the entire thing. So you don't need any... So yeah, they don't, like, enter tapped and stuff, and you don't have to, like, shock them in. You don't have to, like, fetch out for new lands. It's just, boom, this is out now. And of course, people would still play some lands, because it could be actually very useful to then go, it's like, hey, I'm going to bounce this land back to my hand, and then I can cast it for what it actually is. So people would be encouraged to play a couple of bounce lands in their decks just to return a couple of cards. And yes, I'm absolutely stealing this from another card game, but to be fair, they stole a lot of their own stuff from Magic the Gathering. Was it Duel Masters? I'm absolutely stealing the mana base from Duel Masters.
Oh, right.
But to be fair, they stole a lot of stuff from Magic. Have I actually done a Let's Play of the Duel Masters game yet? If I haven't, I should do it. That could be a fun couple of hours. It's like, yeah, I could just torrent it, but I have the... Nice. Oh, hey, this is nice. But I have the actual game sitting around somewhere. Yeah, just bring the PS3 over to my recording station, plug that into my capture card, and just start playing some old games there, off of the original hardware. Well, not original hardware, it's not like I'm playing it on a PS2. I'm not sure if PS2 actually worked through HDMI. But I have one of the bulky PS3s that can play pretty much all PS2 games, so it's all good. Remember backwards compatibility?
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility is such a nice thing. Yeah, someone hasn't played PlayStation since the PS2 era. They splurge out and buy a PS5. It's like, nope, can't play any of your PS1 or PS2 games. So it's like, okay, well, this game that... okay, well, this PS4 game looked interesting. Can I play it on there? It's like, nope. Like, I don't know how backwards compatible PS5 is. I just know that there's a lot of hubbub about the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 having zero backwards capability. And even when it came to the Xbox 360 and the PS3, there was some. I think it's like all PS3s should be able to play all PS1 games, but certain PS3s just can't play any PS2 games. And like, I still have a nice little collection of PS2 games, like 20 to 30, somewhere around there. Like, it's a nice little collection. At the time, that was a collection of games, okay? Back in the PS2 era, having 20 PS2 games, that was a collection. Nowadays, it's not really a collection of games unless you have, like, 100, right? Because that's... God. People see those images of folks who've, like, wallpapered their rooms with, like, Nintendo games, and it's like, yeah, that's a real collection, and it's like, I don't have that. So yeah, that what's I going on about? Right, I really do want to have just casual play
Nice.
Magic the Gathering like YouTube channel thing. I think that could be really nice just to have videos of group playing Magic, but but of course everything needs a hook for people to like it. And the hook would be everyone, yeah, every game has a random like special thing to it. Honestly, I should really start working on a list. Mostly it's certain like mostly it's plane effects from Plane Chase or uncard effects. That's what I have for my list so far. Like having a rules lawyer effect, where once per rotation, each player may choose to enlist the aid. Maybe not even just once per rotation. Just essentially at will, players can choose to enlist the aid of a rules lawyer. Not the sort of rules lawyer you might be familiar with, but rules lawyer as in the unstable card, where they ask a player outside the game if the effect makes sense, and if the person outside the game says it doesn't make sense, then the effect is stopped. Yeah, like if someone has like
Wonderful.
I'm trying to think of a creature without feet. Tries to put like swiftfoot boots on a creature that doesn't have feet. On say a snake or something. It's like, does this make sense that putting boots on a snake? It's like, are they putting boots on a snake or are they putting the snake in the boots?
Thank goodness.
It's like, oh, shoot. Because it could make sense for a snake to be in boots. Okay, fine. It's like, or you just see this person with the like Swiftfoot boots just putting it around and stuff. It's like, hey, I'm gonna put these boots on my cat now. It's like, you can't put boots on a cat. Excuse me. You can totally have boots on a cat. I think there's a whole movie about boots being on a cat. So yeah, that would just be that game. People show up with their decks, and yeah. Oh no, what is? No. I think Rules Lawyer is a different card. Flavor Judge, that was it. I was thinking of Flavor Judge. The Rules Lawyer game would be an absolute nightmare to slog through. Because, yeah, that's right. That's Flavor Judge, where someone can talk about the flavor of it. Rules Lawyer is state-based actions no longer apply. Like, period. I don't have the full list of what state-based actions do in Commander here available for me to read, but essentially, lethal damage does not kill creatures, having 0 toughness does not kill creatures, Planeswalker being at 0 loyalty does not cause them to be gone as well. Players do not lose the game for having 10 infect, 21 plus commander damage, or 0 or less life. Or, players cannot lose the game by decking out. So basically, all of the things that happen in the game don't happen unless something specifically says it happens. So players will still draw for turn, still get to play a land for turn, and still get to play stuff, but creatures don't get removed unless an effect says to remove that creature. So normally people would think of like, okay, Lightning Bolt is like removal, right? Deal 3 damage to that creature. Then if it has, like, say, 3 or less toughness with 3 damage, it dies.
Wonderful.
No! It dies as a state-based action. Let's say, +1/+1 and -1/-1 counters no longer get removed. Because that only happens as a state-based action. But, like, the biggest one is players can't lose the game unless an effect specifically states that they lose the game. However, if a player wins the game, that still ends the game, with that player as the victor, and the other players are considered to be losers, and that is not a state-based action. So, say, creature-heavy aggro combat decks, basically pointless. because any creature can jump block
Can
freely,
you
and
prep the kitchen for me?
the only real point to lowering someone's life total is so they can no longer pay life for things, because you still can't pay life that you don't have. That's why you can't just put out a Platinum Angel and an Aether Flux and go down to minus 150 or so life to kill the other players. I smell something burning, and that's really concerning to me right now. So, yeah, it's like, and I think that would be an interesting thing to like start off the series with, just as a, okay, hey, we're gonna be playing, but we're gonna have a constant rules lawyer effect in, so if you want to remove creatures, you actually have to play proper creature removal. If you want to remove things, you have to play certain removal for it. Otherwise, creatures are just essentially immortal. If you want to be able to win the game, you either have to have multiple effects that make other people lose the game, or else have an effect in that makes you win the game. So, having a rules lawyer effect in seriously incentivizes combo decks. Just, hey, I put out Lab Maniac, put out Leveler, draw my card, I win. Or heck, I was gonna say, yeah, just put out Leveler and just wait until you draw into Lab Maniac. You can't draw into Lab Maniac. I have a feeling that the game could very well just end in everyone agreeing to have a draw. After a very long and drawn-out game
Wonderful.
that lasts several hours, and then everyone's down to the finales of everything else, and then it's just like, hey, it's like nobody has any cards left in hand or in their libraries, and it's like, yeah, we can just keep swinging at each other forever, but nobody can die. Everyone's at negative, like, copious amounts of life, and it's just like, hey, can we all just say this is a draw, because nobody can win? I think that would be fun to play my Planeswalker deck in that. I have an alternate win condition in there. I have the Lab Maniac Chase. Lab Maniac being a card where if it's on the battlefield and you would get decked out, you instead win the game. And there's a Planeswalker that has like that same effect on it. Why am I not one-shotting these anymore? And since Planeswalkers don't die for having 0 loyalty and can't go below 0 loyalty, I could just keep using the uptick abilities of them over and over again unless people have specifically packed Planeswalker removal. You want to attack my Planeswalkers? Okay, sure, fine, go ahead. Bim, 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 bim. So yeah, okay, down to 0. Next turn I'll uptick them again. Just keep using the up abilities. Which is, you know, most of the useful use of them. Just, alright, keep out some Planeswalkers, just keep uptaking them to just keep drawing cards, keep getting absurd amounts of value, with the ultimate goal of drawing out my entire library, getting out the Lab Maniac Jace, and then just winning, and that would be it. And even if someone does have removal for the Jace before I can use it to win the game, it ultimately doesn't even necessarily matter. In the first place. Because I have Planeswalkers that can just return it from the graveyard. So, yeah. Rules Lawyer game could be interesting, but it wouldn't necessarily be fun, is the issue. But a flavor judge game, that could be interesting and fun. It's like, excuse me, random person? Yeah, they're trying to put Greaves on a wall.
All right.
It's like, excuse them. You can't put Greaves on a wall. So I figured just have a big old list of all of these things. And yeah, I'd love for it to be like some sort of like a wheel thing. And then just everyone chooses their decks, everyone gets their starting hands, decide who goes first, and then, oh, by the way, the condition for this game will be
Right.
players can play an extra land each turn, or something. Just various planar or staying power until end of turn effects don't end. Just for the sake of some crazy person. Oh yeah. Just for the sake of someone being always like, oh, until end of turn effects don't end. Shoot, hold on. I'll just play my deck that's filled with until end of turn effects, and I'll just use that. Or yeah, or it's like, oh, hold on, let me just mulligan until I can get a turn 1 Angel's Grace. And then it's just like, oh, shoot. Right. Oh my gosh, Rule Story effect, and then just Platinum Angel. I still remember that one CEH game I had, where someone had completely milled me out, and on my upkeep I flashed out a Platinum Angel. Then main phase I put out Lightning Greaves on the Angel, and I just stuck around like that for like multiple turns. Because if there's one thing that that deck has going for it, it's sheer tenacity. It's just the ability of, oh, you think you... yeah. That's why I sometimes like playing against stacks with that deck, because the person would be all like, aha, you can only draw 1 card a turn. And I go, cool, I'll draw a card everyone's turn. Aha, you can only cast 1 spell a turn. I'd be like, cool, I'll cast a spell on everyone's turn. Or it's like, you can only draw 1 card per rotation of the table. Not even just on per turn. I'll go, cool, I'm going to cast cards off the top of my library so I'm not actually drawing them. Yeah, what I really wanted to do yesterday for my birthday was play some CDH, just get to play with my Hope deck, but nobody was up for playing CDH or Fringe, so that didn't happen. Especially since I woke up to see a Tulare Community College video where they were playing CEDH. And it's like, oh gosh, now... It's always so much fun to go to, like, established CEDH players and all like, yeah, I'm playing, like, you know, I'm playing Thassa's Oracle, like, just 3, like, you know, established CEDH decks. And it's like, yep, no, this is... Well, it's like, yep, this is this deck. Everyone knows what this deck does. Sorry, I'm stopping to sniff the air because earlier I could smell some that smelled like almost burning, and now something smells like a campfire, so I'm guessing that...
Oh, right.
Because my window is open, someone's just having a campfire outside and I can just smell that. Very much campfire burning type stuff I'm smelling. Hopefully it's nothing, you know, inside the building that's actually burning, because that would be very concerning.
Let's give it all we got.
Can't believe I'm about to do an entire episode where I'm just farming for these little crystals over and over and over again. What do you mean I can't believe it? I can totally believe it. Yeah, that little... Yeah, so it's like everyone's playing like, oh yeah, 4-color, I'm doing like this stuff. It's like everyone knows what everyone else is doing. I go, cool. I'm playing Hope of Gearper.
Wonderful.
And it's like, excuse you, Hope of Gearper? And it's like, it gets different reactions from different people. It's like, some people think that I'm doing Hope of Gearper Voltron. And that's the entire idea.
Right.
And then some people are all like, Hope of Gearper, that can't possibly be CEDH. And some people get really angry about that for whatever reason. And some people are like, I have never seen anyone try to make a color CEDH deck, and I'm very interested to seeing what you do with it. And those types of people are my favorites. Like, the ones who are like, I don't understand what you're doing with this, but I trust that you know what you're doing with this, and I look forward to learning something today. It's like, yeah, if we can only just have people be more like that. It's like, I don't know what's going on here, but I trust that you do. And I am willing to learn.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun playing with these people, because, like, they have all of their CEDH threat assessment. They know, like, what spells to counter, what spells to let through and stuff. And I goes like, cool, I'll cast Shimmermere or something. I'll cast a Voltaic Construct. It's like, that's like an uncommon from so long ago. It's like, I'll cast a Null Brooch, and there's like, yeah, whatever. That doesn't sound like it does much. It's like, no, it's actually, I could just counterspell stuff. Combo that with an untap effect, and I can counter multiple things. There have been games where I, the colorless player, have held down an entire table because I had, like, Unwinding Clock, Null Brooch, and a Sol Ring. Null Brooch, you can pay 2 mana, tap it, discard your hand, counter target non-creature spell. So someone goes like, aha, I play, like, Thassa's Oracle, and then in response to the ETB Demonic Consultation, I'll go, cool, no. So in response, no. Just counter your demonic whatever thing of exiling your library so your Thassa's Oracle can win you the game. And they go, ha ha ha, I have a counterspell prepared to stop your counterspell. It's like, no, this isn't, I'm not casting a spell. This is already on the field. It's too late for your counterspell. You need a Stifle. You got a Stifle?
Wonderful.
Loading up a Stifle in your CDH deck? No, you're not! You might be holding up 3 counterspells, but you're not holding up a Stifle. And then even if they do stifle it, I mean, with the right board set, I go, cool. I'll pay 1, tap my Voltaic Key, untap Null Brooch, pay another 2, tap it, discard my hand, because even if I have no cards in it, I can still discard my hand anyway. So not discard your hand at minimum 1 card. Just discard your hand, even if it's 0 cards. Throw it away. Okay, cool. I'll counter your Demonic Consultation again. You got a second Stifle ready to go? Like... So yeah, sure, I'll stop it. Done. You got a Stifle? No? Then your spell is countered, buddy. And, like, always catches people by surprise. Like, they try to work around it, because some people do go, it's like, aha, I'll use my artifact removal on your Null Brooch. And I go, well, I have to counter that, or else I won't have a Null Brooch to counter anything else. And they go, aha, then now that you've already used it up and it's tapped, I'll go and win the game now. And, like, so sometimes people can play around it. My absolute favorite, though, is when someone goes to, like, win the game, and they're, like, just about to win, and I go, Flash in Platinum Angel. I can't lose the game, my opponents can't win the game. It's like, that's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. Exile my library, and I'll get... And then I was off the Thassa's Oracle, trigger, and win the game. I go, wait, hold on a second. Demonic Consultation resolves, but I would like to respond to the Oracle trigger. It's like, okay. It's like, well, you can't counterspell. It's like, yeah, I know I can't. But I'd like to respond to it. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. I'll pay 7 and flash out a Platinum Angel. Or even better, it's like, I'll pay 8 and use Planar Bridge. It's like, okay, what are you going to get that's going to save you now? It's too late for a counterspell. Yeah, I'll just Planar Bridge. So Planar Bridge resolves. Okay, cool. Platinum Angel. You got your instant speed removal for my Angel? No? Then you don't win with Thassa's Oracle and your library is now exiled. Have fun with that.
Oh, right.
Wonderful.
If I'm about to combo off, I can see like a blue player at the table. Well, just holding on to a whole bunch of cards. I go, cool. Hit you with Hope of Gear, sack it. You can't cast any non-creature spells until my next turn. I'll combo off. Do you have a counterspell? Well, too bad for you. People in CDH aren't playing creature-based counterspells when they could just play, you know, instant-based counterspells. Yeah, it's very rare that a CDH player can do something to stop me after I Hope of Gear per them. The issue is that another player can then just go, yeah, I'll counter your thing, and since that blue player at the table can't counter my win condition, I can just go and win the game now. And it's like, oh, well then, that did not help. I wonder if I'll wind up putting Ward of Bones back into the deck, just for the whole sake of, hey, if you have enough, like, stuff, you can't play... Yeah, if you already have more than what I have, you can't play even more.
All right.
So artifacts, go nuts, because I have lots of artifacts. But if I'm sitting on 3 lands and you're sitting on 4, you can't even play another land. So if Water Bones is really good, if I can get out super fast with a whole bunch of mana rocks, it's like, hey, excuse me, I have 1 land, you have 2, you can't play a 3rd land. It's like, no, you're just not allowed to even play it. Period. I don't care that's a bounce land, you'll still wind up with only 2 at the end. You just can't play a land. And it's like, oh shoot, what are we supposed to do? It's like, I don't know, and I don't care. What are you not supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Well, not this. So yeah, that's always fun.
Wonderful.
But yeah, just a little bit of stacks. Yeah, I like that deck. That's why I've been upgrading it so much. So much so to the point that it can't even play really against high decks anymore. But it's also kind of like a ship of Theseus, because I think with all that I've done to upgrade the deck, I think it's only really kept, like, maybe 1 actual original card from it. So is it really still that same first... I mean, to be fair, the first ever build of it, it was actually a mono-white 60-card deck. Because I didn't know about Commander back then, I just knew it's a 60-card format. And I wanted it to be a colorless deck, but I didn't have enough artifacts to make it actually colorless. And I didn't have enough, like, colorless producing lands to do that. So I just made it an artifact-heavy mono-white deck. And then I just kept picking up more artifacts over time. And... Gosh, I remember at one point I had, like, Wand of Denial. It's like... Tap it, look at the top card of an opponent's library. If it's not a land, you can pay to life and put it into their graveyard. Alright, and it's like, yeah, just kind of fate seal someone. And just... It's like, yeah, just like tap it. It's like, yeah, I'll look at your top card. I see it, and I go, oh, yeah, right back on top. And the person's sitting there with like 7 lands and 1 card in hand, like, oh no. And I don't know. I don't know if I should put in a Crocland Ironworks into the deck. Sacrifice an artifact to get 2 mana. On one hand, it could very well be very useful to do, but on the other hand, making a artifact sacrifice based deck is a very different theme than what I've been working on with the deck. It's mostly artifacts that tap for abilities, while also having some just static artifacts that through Clock of Omens I'd be able to tap for abilities. Clock of Omens has remained as the ace of the deck for many years now. Unwinding Clock also puts in a lot of work, but like, it is possible for me to still combo out and win without Clock of Omens, but it's a heck of a lot easier with Clock of Omens. And that's another thing about CEDH decks. Normally, like, if you just get the... Yeah, there's a card that lets you look through an opponent's library, take 3 cards from it, and exile them. And I think for most CEDH decks, if you exile 3 cards from their library, they just can't win anymore. All those Thassa's Oracle decks, you take out Thassa's Oracle, and it's like, well, there goes the main win condition. It's like, see a Godo deck, take out Helm of the Host. And it's like I've seen CEDH players, like, this spell gets, like, countered and put into exile, and then they go like, yep, I can't win anymore. It's like, okay, I scoop, I can't win anymore. It's like, I did the math for my Hope deck a few years ago, and it was something to the tune of, you'd have to exile, like, 9 or 10 specific cards from the deck, and then I wouldn't be able to combo off. But that was a few years ago, so I don't know what it is now. Because I have a few different ways of getting infinite mana. Yeah, Basalt Monolith with either Forsaken Monument or Rings of Bright Earth, or Grim Monolith with 2 of those 2. Because Forsaken Monument makes all my stuff that tap for colorless give an extra colorless, so Basalt Monolith would tap for 4 and it has pay 3 to untap it. Grim Monolith taps for 3, but you have to pay 4 to untap it. So I need to say both Forsaken Monument and Rings of Bright Earth, or just 2 Rings of Bright Earth. 2 Forsaken Monuments could also work, but Forsaken Monument is legendary, so that would not be as easy to get out. Oh, and also with the Infinity set, I threw in 1 card that lets me get tickets and put stickers on things. Because if I can get that card out, it's... Yeah, what is it? The sticker Scarecrow or something? All of my creature spells have Sticker Kicker 1. I wish it was Sticker Kicker X, where whenever you cast a creature spell, you can pay an extra 1 mana, and if you do, you get a ticket, and then you can put a sticker on that card. And yeah, that's what it was. And yeah, that was... So it's like, okay, well... So, there are a lot of useful abilities for Hope that only cost, like, 2 tickets. So I can put that out, play some other creature, cast Hope. Some that cost a few more tickets, so I'd have to cast creatures more often. But there's one that I think it only costs 2, which is like, sacrifice this permanent, draw 2 cards. Which for, like, Hope would be really useful, and just... It's like, yeah, I'll cast Hope, and I'll sacrifice it, draw 2 cards for it. And then I can recast Hope, and get Sticker Kicker, and then again, and sacrifice it again for another 2 cards. Recast it again, get another maybe even get another sticker on it, whatever. You know the thing. My ideal is to get the sticker on it of you can cast this card from your graveyard by paying 2 life in addition to its other costs. So that with the sacrifice this, draw 2 card sticker, if I get that, it's just pay 1 mana, 2 life, cast it from the graveyard, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. So paying 1 mana and 2 life to draw 2 cards. I'm going way too far out with this. And I can just keep doing that as long as I have mana and life. Heck, have Clock of Omens out, and then I can tap the Hope to help to untap a mana rock to pay for the mana. Have Aetherflux out, I'm gaining more life than I'm paying to recast Hope over and over again. Like, of course I'd have to actually get those sticker cards, and for some reason Wizards of the Coast decided, hey, let's make stickers super unreliable if you actually want abilities or power toughness stickers. Because, oh yeah, that's another thing, power toughness stickers.
Oh, right.
If I could build up enough stickers, I could just put on like a 10/10 sticker on Hope. Yeah, slap my lightning greaves on it, swing at someone for 10 commander damage. Or, this one, I think it's just a 2-cost sticker that gives prowess. So I could just,
Welcome back.
you know, cast Hope, give it prowess. If I cast 10 spells, it goes up to being a 21/21. So yeah, get the sticker kicker out, get out Hope with prowess. Next turn, cast 10 non-creature spells. Hope gets to be super big. Hey, you can't block this. Die! Commander damage with Hope.
Wonderful.
And yeah, that would be... And so yeah, that is, you know, it's not essential focus on the deck, but it is another thing that I could potentially do. And I feel like I'm running enough creatures that it's completely viable that I could cast another creature and get a sticker on it. And pay the extra 1 to get a ticket on it. And then just go, hey, this. I am surprised, though, that there wasn't a plane... Like, they didn't put out a planeswalker that interacted with attractions or tickets at all. To be fair, probably would have been in colors, because... Yeah, there's one... With Unfairity, with all of their tickets and stickers and attractions, there's one card that can both... Right, no? No, there are 3 colors cards that deal with tickets. One of them is just a mana rock where you can pay some mana, tap it to get a ticket, but it doesn't allow you to put stickers on things. If you allow you to put stickers on things, I would just put that in the deck and just tap that down a couple of times, get a nice sticker on Hope, whatever, but no, just tickets. There's one where when it enters, you get 1 ticket and can then put a sticker on something, which 1 ticket is not enough to actually pay for any of the stickers that actually have costs. So I'd be able to put a name sticker or an art sticker on Hope, which would have been useless. And then the sticker kicker thing, which I wish I could just pay just however many extra manas I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then just get the tickets and then put a sticker on like that. Instead of specifically just 1. Because, like, hey, pay an extra 7 mana, get a 7-cost sticker on Hope. And it's like, okay, awesome. Because I think the one that lets me cast it from the graveyard costs like 5. It's like, yeah, pay the extra 5 and then I can just start casting it from the graveyard. Cast it from the graveyard, pay some extra mana. Brr, brr, brr. Keep getting things. Just keep recasting it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and unfortunately but yeah, so whatever, that's just an option of something I can do. Set out my sticker cards. I also wanted to do attractions for Hope as well, because attractions count as artifacts being on the battlefield. And I've, like Clock of Omens, can tap my attractions, visit the attractions, and get artifact tokens. Or do something actually useful with them. But, you know, that could also be a little theme, and then just having the attractions out can help if I have Hope out, except that most CDH games don't really last that many turns. Attractions are really useful for a game that keeps going on and on. Yeah, good for like the longer games.
Yeah.
Or if you're taking lots of extra turns, Hope has a few extra turn cards. Yeah, still want to utilize Ugin's Nexus one day. I think I put that card in. I actually don't remember if I put Ugin's Nexus in the deck. I'll have to check at some point. That's gonna die soon enough. Just, yeah, 5 mana artifact. Oh god. All of this, we got 3 extra scales. That's it. We haven't really done much for the actual game itself, but I was able to talk about Magic for an hour, so that's been cool. And then after this, gonna do some Evergate for a bit. And yeah, in a couple of weeks, the cards I ordered should be getting here. So yeah. So, you know, whenever those get here. Also ordered some Yu-Gi-Oh cards to help build a certain Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Just, if I can find the cards I want for a good price, I'll just throw a couple in the cart. Should have most of the deck prepared. It's, according to everybody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a horrible, horrible, terrible, no good, super bad, horrible deck. And by that I mean, it can swing with a 10k beat stick on turn 1. Just by having 2 cards out of a selection of 4 in my opening hand, I can get out a 10k beat stick to swing on turn 1 if I'm going second. But, oh, the 10k beat stick has 0 protection, so you'll die to anything. It's like, not so likely to die to stuff if I remove all of the spell and trap cards, because I have lots of spell and trap card removal, and also use my chalices to, you know, make sure that their creatures have no abilities to remove my stuff. And then it's like, well, what are they going to remove it with? Like, yeah, sure, fine. Hand traps, whatever. I don't have any hand traps in the deck because the good hand trap cards are, like, uber expensive. Like, there's one that's like a staple that every Yu-Gi-Oh player runs 3 of in their deck, and the card is like $40, and it's like, the entire rest of my deck would be $40. Even getting like the special, like, gold version of cards that look so darn pretty, because like the border is like gold, and like the etching of the card is like all gold and stuff, and it looks so awesome. I'm actually just curious of something right now. Because supposedly, this like, personal quest I'm on, if we go back to town, wait for it. Yeah, right here. We're supposed to go here after 7 p.m. and then we can do that. But I think we'll do that next time because it's already been like an hour. If you don't like it, well, I mean, that's unfortunate, but we're grinding for parts. So, I don't know what else to really do, but totally skippable episode where I just talk about magic and stuff, but whatevs. Enjoy the Evergate coming out soon. I'm going to really try to do all of it. Whatever it takes. Even if it costs me my sanity.